I'm also getting the Predator vibes, Billy. Also, hey, Billy. Hey, Mark. Thanks for the resubscribe. Just realized the light isn't on over here. Why is that? It's like really dark, isn't it? I might need to fix that. One sec, guys. Let's put the paper down first so we can compare. I might have put something on the wrong level. But we will get that fixed in a minute. You might be right, Mark. This probably will be a short one. But we'll see. Yeah, that's really dark. Holy shit, what did I do? One sec. Huh. That's weird, but okay. It's a bit better. But anyway, yeah, it's not going to be as quick as you're describing, I don't think, Mark, but it's going to be one of the quicker ones for sure. Somewhat by design, to be honest. Tonight's stream and Thursday's stream are probably going to be on the quick side. I'm traveling on Friday, and I have things I want to get done and things I need to get done before then. So, my weekend was intense with working on things. Oh, one second, let me fix this so the music doesn't cut out on us, as it likes to do. There we go. Yeah, I inked from Friday through to the end of the day yesterday. I inked, well, and including today a bit, I've inked almost 17 full comic book pages, 11 by 17 comic book pages. So I have overworked the shit out of myself, but I was determined to hit a certain milestone before I go away. It probably will not Junesup. Thanks, Billy. I was surprised to see that. I didn't actually know it had been that long. I'm not sure if today is anniversary of my first class or if it's when I first like officially signed on or what. But yeah, apparently been at VFS for 10 years. The first year, year and a half, 2 years, something like that, I was only teaching Adobe Animate though. But anyway, let's do this. Enough about me though. How's everybody else doing? I'm thinking Among Us is pretty popular. It had like 6 viewers before I even turned the camera on. Usually I gotta build up to that a little bit. A lot of times when I do these video game themed ones, unless it's retro, I haven't played it myself. But that is not true. I have played, not too recently, but I have played a fair bit of Among Us. This request came from Annika, by the way. If you're watching, Annika, you are obligated to say hi. When you say it's okay, are you talking about the game is okay? Okay. Wasn't sure if you meant like it's okay that I haven't played as many of the other games, or wanted to make sure. How about you, Billy? Okay. Well, it is a fun game. Like there was a yeah, because I haven't played it a ton, but there was a brief point where me and some friends played it with some mild regularity. Very brief, very mild regularity, but it did happen. I concur. Yeah. Just like Werewolf, right? Like the tabletop game, which I think I played once at a party, but I don't really remember how it goes. And I think Kelsey used to play it with one of the Discovery classes, but I don't know that he does anymore. Yeah, like it was a party scenario where I played it, which isn't always the most conducive to learning a new game unless it's a specifically gaming party. So I think that says a fair bit right there. Is your mom still visiting, Mark? Okay. Itchy eye. Wait, got distracted by something. What, could you hear it? Was it making the gross the gross noise? Hang on one sec. I just know something. I gotta pop out of chat for 1 second here really quick. I'll be right back. something? There we go. Anyway, okay, I'm back. We're good. Okay, well, sorry about that, Mylon. But how are you? Good to have you back. Also, by the way, I was I had when I did my the finger gun one, I had a different pen that I was using for that, and I don't know what the hell I did with it. I lost it somewhere. But I was gonna use that to ink this one, but it's gone. Thanks, Billy. Unless you're the werewolf, in which case you might be lying. But okay, we're gonna use the fine liner Sharpie. I'm pretty tired, but otherwise I'm okay. I don't know if you were already here yet or not, but I commented that I inked almost 19 full-size 11x17 comic pages in the last 4.5 days, which is probably a new record for me. But I'm going away for a week on Friday. My parents have been in Mexico all winter, and I'm going to visit them for their last week there before they come back. And was determined to get the current chapter of the comic I'm working on done before I left, just so I had like no unfinished thing on my to-do list, kind of. But realized that wasn't going to happen because I had some other stuff kind of just get in the way, and I wasn't able to work on it as much. But I was determined to at least hit that one milestone before I went. And so I've been going pretty hard the last few days. Took advantage of the long weekend, made it a work weekend. But it's almost done. But definitely felt it a bit. Today is the first day I really felt how much I've been working on myself. Mainly because I had to get up early today for class. And I didn't stay up super late last night, but considering how much I've been doing, like 16-hour days at the drawing table, I think like every day, starts to feel it. You go a little nuts. Well, thanks, Mylon. I'll take that as a compliment. But I honestly just I throw my health to the wind and just do shit. I get excited about my projects, and I get excited about my other projects that I haven't started yet, and it gets me motivated. But I try to set like goals for myself, kind of like self-imposed deadlines. And then when stuff gets in the way of that, I try to like kind of make up for lost time a little bit, which is kind of what I'm in the middle of now. Hence the camera's still a little off today, isn't it? Still, whatever. But yeah, vacay, which is probably I know, Billy. I'm not as bad. I'm somewhat joking. I could definitely be smarter about it sometimes, but I know to kind of chill out. I would be very tempted to work more today after I'm done the stream, but I'm probably gonna crash pretty early tonight. The neck is okay. I do roll my back out on a relatively frequent basis. I got one of those back roller things. I definitely have been trying to make efforts to improve my posture. I have a thing I can put on my back that will like vibrate if it detects me slouching. So when I'm doing a heavy ink day, I try to use that. Remember to turn that thing on to keep myself upright. but don't always remember to do it. Could be a lot better with that, but just owning the thing, I think, is a step in the right direction. It's called an upright. When I first got it, I told my mom about it, and I jokingly said that it gives you a 16,000 volt shock whenever you slouch. And she seemed to be really put off by it, so I think she actually thought it really did shock me, but no, it just vibrates a bit. But the idea is that, like, it conditions you to stay upright. Because my biggest thing, right, is, like, trying to undo an entire lifetime's worth of bad habits of slouching, which comes with being tall and comes with being an artist that spends a lot of time drawing. And I've definitely told this story before, but like growing up, our shower was ridiculously small, so most of my showers I had to be like this while I was inside the shower. And then my dad made an effort to try to like raise it, but because of the plumbing, because the shower was in the basement, he could raise the roof around it, but the pipe still had to be there. So I could only be upright if I was right against the wall. So if I wanted to be under the water, I still had to be under that pipe with my head forced down. I do sometimes wonder if, because honestly, like the chair I have that I sit at, my computer chair is pretty good, but my chair here at the drawing table isn't necessarily the best. I do sometimes wonder about like if there's like an ergonomic one or something I could get that would kind of force my posture a little bit, but I haven't looked into it at all. I can also only go so big because my space behind the drawing table here is my office space isn't huge. I'm not complaining because my last place was a studio apartment, so the fact that I actually have a designated office here is I'm pretty happy with. Okay, so what is that like? Is that a meme? I'm not. Okay, Bella, if you're watching, she posted that in response to my ad for it, and I don't even know if I picked up on it at first that she had spelt it that way, that it's Amogus instead of Among Us. Yeah, no, I'm pretty stoked to have the separate room for the office space. So very much not complaining. When you first started, or well, started with me anyway, Mylan, was I already here, or was I in my old place? Like, did you guys see a move happen over Zoom? Can't remember. Because I know by the time you finished, I was definitely here, but I can't remember if you started there. Time already goes fast, but with COVID, it's just it loses all meaning at this point. Okay. Yeah, my old place, you could see almost my entire apartment over Zoom. And And it was a mess too. And I honestly never really cared that people saw the mess. But it only kind of clued in pretty late in the game how clear the mess really was on camera. Don't even need the 360 pan, really, because I was in like a corner, so there wasn't really anything on the other side of the camera. It was just everything behind me. Very much so. Very much so. Oh yeah, except my camera for the longest time was too shitty to do that. I've since upgraded my webcam, but the only online classes I have now are I teach one of the Connect classes for storyboarding, and that's online, but everything else is on campus. So finally got the new webcam. What actually kept me from getting a new webcam sooner, though, was because the webcam on my hands here is pretty good, and always has been. The dark thing is just because I fucked up the settings tonight. But the old one, like, so I had heard that like having more than one webcam of the same make and model and stuff can kind of fuck with the settings in Streamlabs, and I was kind of nervous about that. So I was like, oh, I'll just keep my old shitty webcam because my face is so small anyway. And then when we first went online for classes, it was like, well, how long could we possibly be online? Famous last words, of course. The webcam, though, it got to the point where it, no matter what I did, no matter how bright the room was, I would be super dark on screen. And for Twitch, I could sort of compensate for it by just jacking up the exposure. But Zoom wouldn't let me do that. Yeah, well, the Connect class is intended to be an online class, so that'll probably be online for as long as it exists. As long as people are interested enough to sign up for it. But I think everything else is completely back on campus now. We kind of retain an occasional option to join online if you're sick or whatever, because we don't want to encourage people to come in sick, of course, but not already obvious. I'm definitely, like, this is kind of what the transformation looks like, more or less, but I'm going very Venom on this. Oh, I missed your comment earlier, Billy, about it sounds like your place. When I was describing the studio apartment, you mean? Oh, okay. There's something very satisfying about inking with with a thicker marker like this. I don't do it too often, other than to fill in the spot blacks, but I like it. Oop, oop. Are you an Among Us fan, Milan? Nice. I too enjoyed the Venom energy. Definitely get like 80s horror vibe from this music. From this, not so much. Other ones, on occasion, for sure. Yeah, I played a bit and enjoyed it. I played enough to get super good at it, but I did a 24-hour comic book challenge once, years ago. Might have told this story before, actually. There's some other stories to go along with it. But the reason I bring it up is I had a couple pages that were supposed to just be out in space. And I filled up a lot of the page with just Sharpie. And there's one girl that she was not having a good time. Like she was ready to tap out long before the 24 hours was up. And the fumes were definitely getting to her. And she commented but didn't want me to stop, like on her account, and just kind of like took a break from the table, which I think she needed. finish that part. This music, I'm pretty sure I said this before, because we've definitely heard this track, but this always makes me think of Blade, the opening scene of Blade. I just noticed we're not getting the whole... Oops, oops. Oh my god! Fix that in a second. We're not getting the whole picture there, I just noticed. Where'd my marker? Ah, there it is. Crisis averted, everybody calm down. Depends what you're talking about, because I just adjusted the camera, so I probably shook it. I was kind of bouncing my leg to the music a bit. That might be shaking the camera a bit. Is it, look, it's like, is it shaking now? I have, yeah. Have you, Billy? I think I asked you before and you hadn't started it yet, but I could be wrong. Or maybe you had. No, you had started it, I think. Yes, I have. Tonight's episode is going to have to wait for tomorrow or possibly the next day before I get to it, though. Oh, when I'm doing the dots. Oh, I didn't notice if it was shaking at all. Me too. Do you know the comic at all, Billy? Because apparently a lot of comic fans are pretty pissed off about it. Because apparently some changes, but I don't know if that means like legitimate, significant changes, or if it means they just changed the font in the logo or something. Because you never really know with fans online. So you're aware of the comics, but haven't read them. I'm assuming, because neither have I. I've always been curious because I know of what little I know of the comics. I've always thought the characters seemed cool, so I had that interest. Um, and the show's got me even more interested. And also, those comments have me interested too. Because it's got me intrigued. Like, well, is it that drastically different? Okay. Okay. I think there might be people holding a little bit of added ownership to Moon Knight because he's less of a mainstream character. So it kind of feels like, so Moon Knight fans kind of feels like it's their character, you know? And that might be part of the... The only reason I say that is because I feel like we're hearing that. I'm hearing that a bit more with Moon Knight than I am with like Spider-Man and other characters, you know. I don't go out of my way to see it, but I come across it sometimes. I'm in a bunch of comic like artist groups and stuff on Facebook. So whether I'm seeking it out or not, sometimes it'll show up. And I have a lot of entertainment news type things on in the background, or movie news and things like that sometimes when I'm working, so they'll bring it up sometimes. It's not easy to have a perfect track record on avoiding that stuff. Same thing with spoilers. Baby Yoda was spoiled for me, I think, within 20 minutes of that first episode dropping. What is the most annoying spoiler that you guys have ever had? Either annoying because you were so excited about it and the spoiler kind of ruined it, or annoying just because of where it came up. I bet we all have a spoiler story. Well, I'll give you one. Probably the only one I actually have. But I'm not even a huge Game of Thrones guy. And actually, this is gonna spoil Game of Thrones for anybody who hasn't seen it. But so look away if you must. But um, it was for like I was never huge into it, but I was watching it enough in the beginning, and then like everybody was very excited to see Joffrey die. And then the night after the episode aired where he died, or sorry, the morning after, I was in the car and I had a radio show on, and they were doing some trivia game with their viewers, and the question was, which TV show killed off a major character at their wedding last night? And it's like, what, seriously? And so it totally ruined it. Oh, actually, it wasn't even that. They also said how he died. And so spoiler enough that to find out that's when it was going to happen. But to find out exactly even how it was going to happen was also annoying. But also literally the morning after, like, really? And they kind of masked it a little bit, but it's like, if you care enough to not want it spoiled, the clues were there. You immediately knew what they were talking about. Good one, Parker. Or Parker, Marker. Oh, yeah, I agree with that, CJ. It was also like there was apparently some arguments between Marvel and Sony about whether or not to give that away in the trailer. And ultimately Marvel won out because they didn't want to spoil things. But then like some entertainment news outlet ran with it and put it right in the headline. So it blew it for a lot of people. I know, right? It's how often, like, car would be the only time I ever had the radio on, too. And it's like a captive audience, because it sucks being in dead silence when you're in the car. What's annoying, too, is because other than that slip-up, of the 3 Marvel Sony Co-Pro Spider-Man movies, that trailer was probably the least spoilery. I mean, it kind of gave stuff away, obviously, because it had Doc Ock in it and stuff. And it would have been cool if they could have even kept that a secret. But I also get why, like, how much do you have left if you cut all the villains out, you know? So I can forgive them that a little bit, but the other trailers just straight up gave away the whole plot. I did, yeah. The Marvel definitely is, but Sony isn't, or Spider-Man isn't entirely in their hands, thanks to Sony. But yeah, the Thor trailer looks cool. And the tease of a pretty jacked up Natalie Portman. By the way, is totally going to get drawn on the stream at some point. Maybe, might wait till the movie comes out. When does the movie come out again? Is it this year or is it not till next year? Have you seen Titanic 2, Mark? I've never seen it, but I know it exists. spot black this. Well, I mean, I would hope it'd be pretty melodramatic if it didn't. You actually have seen it, Mark? And you want to forget? Thor comes out in July? It's that close? I didn't think it was that close. Holy shit. If it's that close, I'm surprised we've only seen a teaser so far. Well, that's exciting. Lady Thor coming to this stream. July 2022. Legend of the Titanic? I don't think I have. Wait, which was delayed? Legend of Titanic or Thor? Okay. I'm assuming because of COVID. Because February would have been a weird time to drop. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like following up Spider-Man with Doctor Strange makes a lot of sense. But laughing in this one always throws me. Tonight's keyword for the music, by the way, was horror. If you didn't already guess. Seemed somewhat appropriate for Among Us. Either go horror or you go cartoony. Cartoony ones don't always sound the best in this royalty-free music that YouTube offers. Horror is not too bad. Actually, I don't think I ever found a truly cartoon playlist. I think I had to go with cute or something like that. And that just sounded weird. It was a pretty mixed bag. I didn't know that, Billy. Tell me more. What was the scenario and what was the knock-knock joke? Also, we're done, guys. I'm going to sign this. So this was a quick one, as predicted. And do you know the joke? If you know the joke, I'm going to hang around until we hear it before I pull the plug on this. While you're potentially typing or looking it up, though, thanks, everybody. This was a quick one. Like I said, somewhat by design. This was a request from Annika. So thanks for the request, Annika. But yeah, kind of need to do quick ones this week because I got a lot going on right now. But I will be back on Thursday for another quick one. I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, who's there? Grrr. Thanks, Mark. The suspense is killing me, Billy. Okay. Thanks, Milan. Glad to have you, Milan. Are you in Quebec again? I can't remember. Like, I know that was the plan, but I can't remember if you said you already... I feel like you did say you were, but I can't remember. Thanks, CJ. So wait, is he not talking to Hulk anymore? Midnight 3. Oh yeah, 3 hours, that makes sense. Okay, not too bad. Alright, well, I'm gonna pull a plug, guys. Maybe I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Oh, actually, I should mention, obviously I'm going to be away next week, so won't be any streams next week, but I will be back on Thursday, and I'll be back the week after that for all my usual stuff. That's my permanent state this week, anyway. But anyway, okay, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.